Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, YouTube. Where are you putting the spotlight on in your life? Is it being put on yourself, or is it being put on God? You see, everything we do puts the spotlight on something. Whether it's our own achievements, our own power, our own wants and desires, we'll direct the spotlight onto our own life a lot of times. And when we do that, we're taking the spotlight off of God. Because you can't shine a spotlight at two different things. If it's shined at you, it's not shining at God. But if it's shining at God, you can't shine it on yourself. And what we try to do too much is we try to shine it on both. We want ourselves to be glorified as well as glorifying God. And God won't share his glory with anyone. So instead, what we have to make sure to do is something that John the Baptist says. And that is, he must increase, but I must decrease. He must increase, but I must decrease. In everything we do in life, we have to make sure we're not increasing ourselves, because we can't make ourselves look good and make God look good at the same time. Like, that's the whole message of the gospel, is that we're not worthy of what we've been given. Like, if you ever felt unworthy of the position God's given you, or what, you're called to do in life, that's good, because you are unworthy. And that's what's so beautiful about the story of the gospel. And that's what's so beautiful about the story of Christ's death and resurrection. He says repeatedly, we are not worthy of what we've been given. We're not strong enough to do what God's given us to do. That's why Christ died for us. And that's why we have to live through Christ. So just make sure with everything you do in life that you don't try and split the spotlight up. Shine the spotlight on Christ. Increase him while decreasing yourself. Not only will it glorify God, but it will take an immense amount of pressure off yourself. Because you're not going to be trying to play God anymore. You'll be instead telling people, I'm not God, and that's okay. Because God is God. And since I've made him the Lord of my life, I don't have to worry about messing up anymore. I simply have to point the spotlight at him. And when I do that, I go dark. I get dimmed out, and people no longer see my imperfections. People no longer look at, the wickedness in my heart, because all the light is shining onto God instead of me.